A hearty congratulations to you, our champions. I'm profoundly excited to host you today for this luncheon after your sterling performance in the just concluded Special Olympics World Games in Berlin, Germany last week. Scooping 15 gold medals, 4 silver medals, and 6 bronze medals is no mean feat for people who, many a time, have been treated as lesser members of our society. You did not break the ceiling. You proved that with sheer determination, there is no ceiling in the first place. President William Ruto and I are proud of you, very proud of you. And the Kenyan nation is proud of you. You've done us proud. Dear champions, besides bringing home gold and other medals, you have made a pronouncement by swimming against the current of low expectations on people living with disabilities in our society. The society has set unfortunate standards that those living with intellectual impairment are harshly judged and condemned as a socio-economic burden to the family and society. In some cases, such children are segregated and detained in squalor conditions to await their fate. They are perceived to be of meaningless contribution to the community. This is a perception that has been perpetuated from old days when such children were abandoned. Our champions, Kenya is one of the most progressive democracies in law and jurisprudence in Africa and the world. Our constitution defines and acknowledges people living with disabilities. The supreme law further directs inclusion in opportunities for full realization of their potential. Since 2010, we have made milestones in empowering people who are able differently in government opportunities in various sectors. We also acknowledge that there are various barriers perpetuating retrogressive perceptions about people who are able differently. For instance, Section 146 of the Penal Code uses demeaning, discriminative, and abusive language against people living with mental disabilities, such as referring to them as imbeciles and idiots. This is not only offending and repugnant to the Constitution of Kenya, but also to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other regional and international human rights instruments, which recognize all human beings with full rights and dignity. Dear champions, such language cements patronizing attitudes and perceptions against these venerable yet very important members of our society. Cultivating such environment at social places denies them the opportunity to live fruitfully. We acknowledge members of the civil society, such as the Coalition of Violence Against Women, which has highlighted this concern through a court petition. This unsuitable language was imported from the Colonial Penal Code in 1963. In the miscellaneous amendment bill before Parliament, we'll work with the members of the National Assembly to ensure that such offending and repugnant sections of the law are aligned to today's reality. Dear champions, allow me to appreciate our coaches for their exemplary work of modeling you into the heroes and heroines you have turned out to be. We thank the patron of the Special Olympics, Pastor Dorcas, and other officials for their immense support. You have shown that away from the track events in which Kenya is king, we are also leading in the world of redefining Olympics for the people who are able differently. We are propelling them to tear down towers of discrimination. As per our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we'll continue facilitating structural reforms for people able differently to exploit their full potential so that no one is left behind in the quest for equality and equity. Asanteni sana.